Yay! I just love it when we get to do classes now or workshops now because I get to see my friends and we don't do them very often. And so it's so nice. Today we're going to talk about diffusers. And you know what happened was we've been asking, like we have like a little chat that we do. And some questions have come up about like, hey, what's the story with the new Huga or, whatever, diffuser, and also the constant questions about like the Rome and how to get the lid off and how to put water in the Dawn and things like that. So we thought, you know what, let's do a little mini chit chat, like coffee time, whatever, wine hour, whatever you want to call it right now. Conversation about diffusers, which ones we love the most, what types of situations we think that they are best used for, our experiences with them. We do have some complaints and we have some rave reviews. So today it is myself, Kari. We've got our wonderful partner, Miss Diana from Wellnessisessential.
Hello.
Hello. And our wonderful partner, Miss Joan from BosqueOm Essentials.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. And we are like constantly sharing and chatting about diffuser blends and things, but we never have conversations about the diffusers themselves. So I think this should be fun.
And I think it's really important because I think it's important too for people to see that sometimes we struggle with things, right? And sometimes we have some complaints, right? We're just weird like you, right? We're users. And so sometimes there are things that we think are like, well, why does it do that? That's not what I want,
Yeah.
So I think it's important too to know that, if you have any questions or concerns or complaints, right? Yeah. Don't be shy about coming to us.
Absolutely. Right? And I think some of it too is kind of knowing like the perfect scenario, like there's different diffusers, not just because we decorate differently in our homes, but they truly have different purposes, right? Mm-hmm. And so if you're trying to use a pilot in your living room to do your entire house, you're going to get a little annoyed and frustrated that it's not really up to the task, but it's not supposed to be up to a task of that size, right? So I don't know. I think that there's some ways that even creatively that we use them.
And there are reasons why we have so many in our homes.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, you can't have just one, and you can't have just one kind.
You would have to just walk around with it everywhere you go, which I think Joan used to do with her pilot. You just took it from room to room, right?
I do. I carry my pilot around all the time. I have two pilots, right?
Yeah.
And yes, I carry them around. So let's talk about pilots. It's one of my favorites.
Well, I mean, price point wise, the pilot is just life, right? You're not going to find a medical grade. So let me just do a quick thing here. All of our diffusers are medical grade plastic. So they are not going to degrade. The plastic itself is not going to break down and release into the air that you're breathing, which is the opposite of what you want when we're talking about using our diffusers for health and wellness, right? So you really want to be careful that whatever diffusers you're getting, whether they're from doTERRA or not, that they are medical grade plastic. And so when you're in that realm and you move into that level of sort of professional use, I don't know, I wouldn't call it professional, but that healthier, non-toxic use, it can be a little bit more expensive. But the price point on our diffusers, I mean, go look around. They are fantastic prices. You're not going to find that medical grade plastic for less. I find it shocking, right? Because I feel like they could charge a lot more.
Right. I mean, they really are quite, and they're just powerhouses, right?
They go.
They go, I have to say. And I mean, to me, I don't know, bang for the buck pilot, right?
The pilot is such a good price, but I love to notice that case. That case it's not quite a hard shell, but it is hard. Okay. It's not just fabric. And in it holds your diffuser with a little Velcro strap, and it'll hold like 5 oils. And so this is like when my husband travels a lot for work, this is always in his suitcase. It's just the easy, it goes, he doesn't even take the oils out of it. Those are just his permanent sort of travel oils that he keeps in there. But it is it's one that some people might find this frustrating. It doesn't have a plug, right? How do you use your?
I mean,
yeah,
it can.
You can order the little plug.
Right. Or if you have, like I do, right, and most of us probably do have like a bajillion little plug USB adapters around the house, right? Because you plug you got one for your iPad, and you got one for your phone, and you got one for this and that, and So I have, like, right now there's like 2 or 3 sitting over here on a little table, and I just snag one, and I keep some like in outlets around the house.
Yeah.
Too, because then you can just plug in, right? But then, like right now, I'm sitting here at my computer, and because it has the USB, it's plugged into my computer.
Yeah.
And so when I'm here working all day, it's plugged into my computer.
Yeah.
But the really cool thing is that when it's fully charged and the little green light is on, and then you take that away, and then you're just like, we're going anywhere. And this goes in the car.
Yes.
Right? It fits really nicely in a cup holder in the car. So
it's designed for that. Yeah.
Perfect. It's brilliant. And since it's the USB, right, you can also still plug it in your car, or not, right? If you're just doing a quick run to run an errand or two, just have it in the car and have it going, or have it, if you're on a road trip, just like you plug in your phone in your car, you can plug this in your car too. And it's brilliant, and it's great for those smaller spaces. Like Kari said, it's not meant for your living room, right?
Right.
But right here at my desk, it's perfect, right? Because it gives me like a concentrated, if I'm getting ready for a stressful meeting or anything, right? And like Diana's showing you with hers right now, right? I've had people in meetings go, is there some smoke by you? Which is a great opportunity to say, it's my diffuser.
I think of it as a personal diffuser.
Yes.
Like totally. As opposed to a household diffuser, I feel like the Pilot is a personal diffuser. It's one, like you said, that you can take with you from room to room or desk, or the one that I have, I use on my bedside table. Manny has one that he uses as well. But like I said, it's constantly in and out of the suitcase. But I can have different oils than he has going in his.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. In the car, it's absolutely phenomenal. I do wish. So this is one of those things where, well, wait, let me ask you this, Joan, because I think you definitely use yours more than I just keep mine plugged in at the bedside.
Okay, I use mine all over the place.
Yeah. How long does it last once it's all charged up?
So it depends. It lasts quite a while, depending on if you have it on continuous or intermittent. On intermittent, it goes a long time. Like I've had mine sitting here on intermittent at my desk, and it'll go a big chunk of the day. I'll go out, I had mine going this morning, and then I went out to walk my dog at lunchtime, and I came back and it's still going. And, it just depends. And then since I have 2 of them, one I usually have with a blend that I put by my rowing machine.
Nice.
And so it sits there. And I'll turn it on while I'm on the rowing machine, and I turn it off. And that will get me through several days worth of rowing machine sessions. Right.
Nice.
Or, I may carry it into the bathroom because it's a perfect size for a bathroom.
It's perfect for a bathroom.
It's a great thing for in the bathroom. Quick and easy. And it takes very little oil and very little water.
Very little. I think that it is just the perfect little travel, go with you everywhere. I mean, and it's reliable as get out. It's hard to destroy.
It's really great. I took my camping, right? I mean, I have it going in my tent when I was camping. Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. You gotta love that, right? Yeah. Now, I will say, keep your eyes out. I don't know if you guys noticed that when Joan was holding hers up, hers is the black color, right? It was like a charcoal gray. It's so beautiful.
It's kind of speckly. It's really nice. I think the Midnight, it was the one that came out in the special with Midnight Forest, I think.
Yes. And Diana has that more gray, white color that you see in the picture. Did you guys get the jasper or the malachite?
I did not, because I already had the two, right? And so I didn't need,
Yeah, for sure. I will tell you.
Plus, I love the Midnight Forest.
Yeah, right. They are gorgeous. I'm not going to lie. Even the case is different. The case is this beautiful black, and the zippers are a different color based on whether it's the malachite or the jasper. They're beautiful.
This is recycled too, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, this is like post-recycled or post-consumer recycled content too.
Yeah.
Are the jasper and the onyx, are those still, malachite and the jasper, are they still available?
They're not, but I would imagine that they will continue to do different series. They only bring it up because watch for when they do those limited run series, like the charcoal colored one that you have, those limited run series on them, because depending on where it is, like you might not want the gray, cream white color that is on the camera right now. You might want one that is a little bit more disappears, like the black one, or one that is, I think that it has, I have them. I just can't get to them right now.
And I think they had like a gold kind of trim,
exactly.
or gold tone.
The trim is like a different tone on both of them based on the color. And so they're a little bit more fashionable or, designer looking, but they're lovely. And what a great gift, right? These are great gifts, by the way.
Pilots are amazing gifts. Amazing.
Everybody loves them.
Yeah.
I have do you guys have any complaints about the pilot or anything that you find lacking?
You know what I will say on my, because I have one of each, right? I have one of the cream colored ones, and I have this one. And I will say that on this one, and I don't know if it's maybe just this one or if anybody else has noticed this on the dark one, the lid is a little bit looser.
Oh,
it moves a little bit. It's not enough to bother me, but it is just a little bit, it's not as snug. And then I will be the first to tell you that I often, sometimes one tip with these is it will run out of battery, out of charge before it's completely empty of water.
Oh.
And there have been, I will freely admit, on occasion, more than one, when I've tossed it in the case, and then I pick up the case, and I'm like, why is the case wet? Oh, because there was still some water.
That is a good tip.
But there you go. So now I try to remember to make sure that I empty it before I put it in the case if I'm traveling. But it's not a big deal. I mean, because it's not much water.
Right. It doesn't take a lot, but still. But you made a good point. With the pilot, which is different than most of our diffusers, it doesn't quite screw on, but it kind of snaps into place, like one little quick rotation or quarter rotation. And that's so that when you're using it like in a car or out and about, it exactly like you can hold it by the lid, you can hold it, unlike like a regular diffuser where that just kind of slides off and on. And that again adds to its dependability in those situations.
And they call it portable for a good reason. It is truly portable. It truly is. It's fantastic.
It's great for hotel rooms too.
We could talk about pilot for like an hour. I don't know.
We could do a whole hour on the pilot, but I do want to say my only dislike of it is I do wish it went a little, like if next to the bed, like it runs out, like it stops before. I just would love it if it could go longer, but it's not really made for the all night. It's not a pedal, it's not a Lumo or whatever that's made to kind of go all night. But I actually don't like the USB charging aspect of it, but I live in a different situation. I have a lot of kids, and USB charging scenarios are very hard to come by. And I have a Mac. I have no USB ports on my Mac. So I have to go and find this. I only have these like little lightning dealies on my Mac. I don't have USB. So I have to go find this thing. And so I find myself just kind of being like, I either have to have it in one. So it ends up being not portable for me. Does that make sense? Like I have to, it stays on my bedside because that's the one place where I have a USB plug in my wall. Like I have a wall where, you know what I mean? Like the plug has it and it stays there, but I end up not taking it anywhere because I don't have little USB chargers around for it. So I know that's just my scenario, but maybe if you're a senior and you don't have a lot of computer type stuff or USB stuff, consider you're going to need to get order that little cord thing that you can get. I think it's $4, the adapter, right?
Yeah.
So get
The
one
adapter.
of those.
Well, yeah, and also it just has the one button. So, Joan,
yes.
How do you set it to intermittent?
So
it
mine
controls
is empty
everything.
right now. So I can turn it on. It'll just give me a mean red light because it's not, we've got water in there. But one press turns on. There's a little light that goes around, like you can see the light that's on Diana's, I think. And then that's continuous stream. One quick press turns the light off. Press and hold until the light blinks at the top, and that's what changes it to intermittent.
I didn't know that.
I never did this before. I just did exactly that.
I take it out of the box, I plug it in. I'm like, hey, I'm that person.
Yay, Joan.
I'm a directions reader. I read the directions. What can I say?
Hello, Facebook friend. Say who you are.
So it's a press and hold. The other tip I will tell you, and then we probably should go along, right? Is that wait, what did you say that again?
I think she wants the press and hold.
Okay, so how to use it, how to set the pilot, right? So when you do it, one quick press turns on the light and the continuous stream. A second quick press will turn off the light. So there's no light coming out of the top, but the continuous stream stays. Press and hold, and then you'll see this top ring light will flash blue, and that indicates that you've changed it from continuous stream to intermittent. The other thing I will tell you, because my current vehicle, hopefully will change soon, but my current vehicle has it's an old Forester, and it has square kind of cup receptacle things. So if and it doesn't fit super snug, this is a really sensitive little button. Yeah. And it can tip just slightly and knock it to turn it off, turn it on, whatever sometimes. So I usually, if it doesn't fit real snug, you might want to just put something around the side of it to hold it a little bit snugger. Or what I do is I just turn it catty corner so that if it moves a little bit in the cup holder, it's not hitting the on off button.
You need to put a little sock around it.
Right.
A little leg warmer on his face so that you can dress him for the 80s. How long does the intermittent go? Is it a 4-hour intermittent or is it?
It's pretty long.
It's 4-hour continuous and up to 8 hours intermittent.
It lasts a long time.
Nice.
Yeah, intermittent here at my desk is pretty much a full working day for me.
That's amazing. All right, I'm going to set it to intermittent for bedtime because I love intermittent setting, but also that'll get me through my sleep.
It'll get you longer if you do intermittent at night. Yeah, absolutely. If you're not doing, because I have the pilot bedside. I mean, not the pedal. I do the pedal bedside.
Oh, the pedal. Oh, yes, pedal queen. So I threw this one in here, the Pebble, which you can get right now, even along with the 5 mil Breathe. It also comes in some of our kits when you're first getting started, or you can also, if you didn't know, you can still order kits. In fact, the way that I built up my diffuser collection in my home was we used to have these home essentials kits where you would get the top 10 oils, and then with it you would get basically it was a free pedal diffuser. So we use top 10 oils like crazy over here. So every time I got to a certain point where I needed more, I felt like, okay, this is time to order another one, I would get another free diffuser. And so you can do that as a member. You don't have to wait, once you know what I'm saying? It's not like you enrolled now, you don't get to have those kits anymore. You can just totally order those. So keep an eye out on those things if you're looking to find a way, because the diffusers end up being free in most of those cases, right, in the kits. But the Pebble is a nice one. It's got the 2-hour, 2-hour, 5-hour, 10-hour intermittent. It has the light. It's a nice compact little size. If you notice, that's a 5 ml bottle. So it's a nice, cute little size. Super reliable. I don't have a ton to say on it. I just wanted to include it because you could get it. Do you guys have any thoughts on the little pebble friend?
I'm just going to pull it up and like, what size from, because it is awfully cute. And you can look, this is a thing
Very
too, when
cute.
you go and look, sometimes, you know, on the product information, it'll tell you roughly the size of the room.
Of the room. Yeah, the square footage.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, it's a little guy. I like this one for kids' rooms, dorm rooms, bathrooms, or smaller spaces. So if you have an office or if you have a bedroom, like bedside, to me, that's the perfect way to use a pebble because it's a great little portable size. It has a small footprint. You know, the price is amazing. It's $32.50, and you're getting that reliability, and you're getting that medical grade plastic. So it's a great little guy and people love it. People like it more than the Brevi, which I have in here too. And our Facebook friends are saying they have a petal, a roam, a koala. I love the koala, and a pilot, and love them all. I love all of mine. I don't have any that I'm like, I don't like that one. I have some that I have problems with though. So, you know,
I have one that I'm finally making friends with, as our friend Trixie would say. Some love at first sight. Some, you know, it's a little bit, it takes a little more work to get that relationship going.
Exactly. So the Brevi I have in here because the Brevi just comes back all the time, typically around the holidays, or like Father's Day or things like that. And sometimes in our kits, the Brevi is a wonderful little, perfect little.
Which one is that, Diana, in your hand?
This is the Brevi that goes with that came with the stronger.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it has a really like a maple wood finish, and then really the lid has like a blue interior.
Cute.
But they're all different.
They're all different. There's a marble bottom one that was a Mother's Day one. I mean, it's marble look, by the way. It's not actually marble. My favorite though was the first one that they ever did, and it is a very dark walnut. And then the lid is black. All of that metal meshing is black. Yep. And then the colors shining through that black mesh, and they're very jewel tone colors. It is gorgeous. And I'm not a color changer. I like all mine white. That one though, oh, she's so beautiful. I love it. It was they had packaged it like a men's sort of thing. And I was like, oh no, I'm taking all of them. And that is actually the diffuser that my son used in college for all 4 years. And that thing kept on ticking. I mean, and you know, gosh knows what happened in those dorms. So, and you move all the time, and it's in storage, out of storage, like, you know, that's taking a beating. It's still like new. Love that thing. So these are really reliable. They're affordable, and they almost always
easy to clean.
Yeah. They always come with oils too. You're never just getting just the diffuser. So a really good one. No complaints on it. I mean, it's small. You're not going to use this in your big, you know, 10-foot ceiling living room with, you know, whatever. I mean, you can, but it's smaller space is perfect for this guy. So now can we all just, you know, bow for the queen? I mean, tried and true is this pedal. You just can't beat the reliability of a pedal. I honestly, I can't. You guys.
I agree.
I agree. I love
the output is much higher than every other one.
Output is high. Like, it goes right. The intermittent is like 11 or 12 hours.
Nuts.
Right. It's amazing. That's like just go to powerhouse if you're going to have only one diffuser and you don't care about the portability, right? So if you're like Kari and you don't have like USBs around or whatever, but that is, you know, hands down, if you're only going to have one, at least that would be my thought. If you can only have one, and I can't imagine why you would, it's kind of like potato chips, but there you go. Hands down favorite. Kid's stolen it.
You better get another one.
Order another one. Yeah, it is the everyday, all day. It's the one that sits by my bedside. It's the one that sits in my teaching studio room. It is the one I use all the time.
Yeah.
I would say this. Would you guys agree with me? If you only had one diffuser, make it a pedal.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I feel it can go in any room and hold up, you know. I have one in my bathroom, which is a small space. I will have a complaint that I'll share with you in a minute. I call her Moaning Myrtle for a reason, but she's up there. But I also have them in my living room that has like, I don't even know how tall those ceilings are in there, like 12 feet. And it holds its own. So, you know, it's really versatile. I think this one is perfect for anyone with mobility, arthritis, any type of issues, because the lid comes off very easily. It holds a good amount of water, so you're not refilling it all the time. The lid goes back on really easily. The user interface on it is super simple. The buttons make sense. It's just simple and reliable.
Yes.
You know,
it's your everyday workhorse diffuser.
It is.
You can't go wrong with it. It will last a really long time. It does. Sometimes, and Kari alluded to this, she'll make some noise.
She likes to sing to you sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. It's a relationship. It's a relationship, right? Well, so what happens is I think over time, now mind you, the one that I have in my front bathroom that I call Moaning Myrtle, I've had that for over 5 years. I think it was my first diffuser ever from doTERRA. And so when I first get her started, she'll make this it's like the fan is vibrating noise. I don't know how that, to me, you know, it's like but if I kind of pick it up and drop it like just like this far, like kind of and then it stops. But I don't think I've ever cleaned it. So like, let's be real. Like, I mean, with like the vinegar whole 9 yards type clean, I just run it under crazy hot water to get the oil out. And then I put it back on the side, on the counter in the bathroom. But Joan, you mentioned something. Do you think it's dust? Is it dust?
Yeah, I think it's dust that gets up into the engine, the little engine, the little motor in it. That's what I think. And let me grab I think I put it away. But you know, we've seen them because what I use, so on the bottom of the pedal, right? And on the bottom really of all your diffusers, right? Remember, it has to draw air in, right?
Yeah.
So remember that whatever you're using, right, there's going to be an air intake usually around the bottom. And those of you who know me know that I am not a terribly clean person, right? My house is dusty, so perhaps dustier than many others. I freely admit it. So, so there's those holes, right? You can see that. So if you get, right, I have one of those cans. You can get them you get them at Staples or Home Depot, whatever, for like cleaning your computer. And it's that pressurized air with the little trigger. And it comes with, you know, it has the regular thing,
like
but
a straw.
With a straw. And that straw will fit in those holes. So I go around and give it a shot in those holes.
And you notice a difference?
I did it first. My moaner moans now all the time. I have not tried dropping. That's my next thing. I switched it out. So I have a non-moaning one in my bedroom now. And the first time I plugged it in, I was just like, oh, there's no noise. That's really nice.
Now, I will say this, my Moaning Myrtle only moans for about the first like 1.5 to 2 minutes. So if yours starts to do that, just walk away, go, you know, fill up your coffee cup or whatever, and then notice, is it still doing it? Because it stops. It doesn't continue. But you're saying yours does go on.
Mine always moans. So, it just moans.
Yeah, check and see. It probably, I mean, you know, we live in the desert and
I have animals. And, you know,
it's dusty. It's dusty here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's going to be that aspect. But I mean, 5 years. And I mean, let me tell you, she's going on the daily. Like, we're not talking like she was on a shelf somewhere for 5 years. I'm talking 5 years every morning she's going.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, is it runs all the time. And so eventually, right? I mean, it is a motor. So eventually.
What about, so besides the noise, any other complaints or wishes?
No, I love it. I love it. Love it.
I have one, and I'll eat my words later when we talk about the updated Huga one or whatever. I do find the size of it, because it's rather bulbous. It's I don't like that the top is so obviously plastic. I wish that it just had a better look to it. Because while I love to move it around and use it in different places, like I have several of them. It's always, and the old one, I will say, was purple. And I like the new one. The bottom of the new one is much prettier. It's that more neutral, dusty.
It's like a taupe.
Yeah. It's much more neutral. The bottom of the one that's my Moaning Myrtle is purple. Like you're committing. It's like the color of that add to bag on the screen here.
Oh.
Like you're committing to this. And I don't have a lot of purple. I mean, my office is purple, but it's I don't know. It's just, to me, I wish that it was, like, I love how they come out with all these different styles of Brevi and all these different styles of pedal. They never come out with different styles of Pilot. I want them to come out with more different styles of pedal, but I want them to work like the pedal.
Right. That's the thing. As far as I'm concerned, because it sits by my bedside, or it sits in my studio.
Me too.
I don't really care necessarily what it looks like, although I'm going to have some questions about one of these other ones that we're going to get to that I might start to switch out from my bedside. But for the way it works, for the fact that it is 100% ultra dependable, lasts all night long, it's fantastic.
And
it's funny because that's one I use pretty much just at night too, or when I'm teaching. It's not my during the day around the house diffuser. Those are the other ones.
That's interesting. Don't you? I mean, this thing goes like Old Faithful too. I mean, it's like it's like it is just blowing. So it's so amazing, the output on a pedal. Like Diana, she's got hers rocking over there. And she had her lights up earlier. You can see the difference in the output on each of the ones because she's got them all going.
Yeah.
And the pedal is like outperforming everybody in the room it's embarrassing for the rest of them. It really is. It's like, oh, wow.
Get a pedal. Just get a pedal.
Okay, here.
It's embarrassing.
Well, it is. The rest are like shame.
Come on, step up your game.
Laluz is blushing back there.
Yeah. Laluz is like, I just can't keep up with the pedal. And it's like, and the pedal is like grandpa, right? Pedal has been here forever and nobody can
Right. I mean, it's not flashy. It's not super pretty.
Nope.
It works. Whatever. It works great.
So talk about controversial. Okay. The Roam diffuser, right? Love, hate with the Roam diffuser.
This is actually one I do not have because sort of
trauma.
Yes.
So let me just tell you, this is definitely specific for certain needs. Okay. That top, it's not like truly marble or stone or terrazza or whatever it's supposed to look like, but it's stone in that it's a conglomerate. It is stone. Okay. It is very, very heavy. The bottom is a very small portion, which I love. And then here's the cool thing. It's sitting on a base. That's the charger. So whenever you have it on that base, she's plugged in, but then you just pick her up and take her anywhere, just like the Pilot, hence the name Roam, right? But it's very hard to get the lid off of the base. There's a little like rubber. It's not rubber. What is that? Like
a silicone ring.
Thank you. Yeah. Silicone ring that you can take off and make it a lot less difficult. This is not for someone with mobility issues. I wouldn't use this for seniors. I wouldn't use this for kids.
It would be frustrating. Very frustrating.
Very frustrating.
And you can't open it.
We also spend a large part of our life living in our RV. This is my favorite thing in the world in my RV because you can't break this thing. I
did, but
you did? Oh, because
I did. I dropped my lid on my stone tile, and I totally broke it.
Okay, well, except for Diana. Well, I can tell you, it sits on the counter, the kitchen counter in our RV, and and we have it in the bathroom too. And we have many times forgotten to get it. I usually put everything in the sink so that when we're moving, everything just stays put in the sink. This thing has flown across. Thank God it didn't break the TV or a window. I mean, we find it and it's still like hanging on and it's all still together and it's happy as a clam. And I mean, you just can't destroy this thing. And so it has good output. It doesn't, my complaint on it, even though I know everybody wants to complain about how hard it is to get the lid off, is it just doesn't go for very long.
Oh.
Do you notice that, Diana?
I did notice that with my very first one that I had. And then I got like version 2 or whatever it was. And they changed the silicone ring so that it was less like solid, less of a solid line. It's like wavy. So it's slightly easier to take off. Yeah. And they also, it seems like the second one I got the one that came with the oils. Because mine had broken and my husband was like, I'll fix it. And then he was like, well, it looks like you need to get a new one.
Yes. So don't drop it on something like that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, so I really I think it goes for a while, for the amount of oil the amount of water, because it's like a lesser amount of water. So
it is less.
I think it goes for like 6 hours.
See, mine doesn't. So that's the difference there. Mine does not. And mine might go for 3, like on constant, and it shuts off. Sometimes even 2, and it'll just shut off, and it's plugged in and everything.
Mine was doing that too.
I need to talk to Joan about reading the instructions, because maybe I'm just hitting the wrong button. But like, I'm like, how come it always? And I've sat there and been like, okay, let me look at it to see, am I doing it? And it'll go, because again, like I said, we use it in our RV, so I'm using them all the time. Like this one, we're like, I'm interacting with this one a lot, and I notice when it turns off. I'm like, well, that was really short. Let me take off the lid and refill it, So I don't know. And so here we have a comment saying that, okay, I use this at night, 8 hours intermittent, have an issue. See, there you go.
Nice. Good.
Yeah. I mean, again, now we have another partner who has arthritis in their hands. This is not the diffuser for you, if that's the case. It is very hard to open and close. So just get the pedal and you'll be happy. Or get the Pilot if you're looking for one that you can have roam around with you, right? 4 to 5 hours on the charger. See, yeah, I think it's just mine, or it's probably the nut behind the wheel type situation.
Well, the base changes color. Yeah, we definitely need a tutorial, Joan, if you have time.
I don't, because I don't have a roam.
Joan, I will bring you
a room.
You can
we'll
tell
give
me
you. We'll put you in product testing and have you have one, and then you train us.
I'm happy to do that. Yeah, because I decided I really didn't need the roam, especially with hearing all the stuff about the difficulty, and then I'm like, it's not going to fit in my car. It doesn't have the USB, so for me, that functionality is much higher for me than this, right? I mean, I love that you can carry it around. I think it would be lovely, like to take out to a covered patio or, things like that sort of moving around. But for me, I like the higher portability of the Pilot.
Yeah. I will say though, this like at a picnic table, oh my gosh, like we use this outside when we're like outside, having dinner. The output is way more than the Pilot.
Right.
And so
I would imagine so.
Getting those bug saving oils going, getting that Terra Shield in there is a lifesaver. And I like the weight, because wind doesn't matter. She ain't go anywhere. Like it's so funny because it has that specific, really great use, but maybe not so much your simple bedside, although look, we have somebody here who's loving it. Okay. Oh, here we got instructions. One button push is 4 to 5 hour for continuous. Push and hold for 8 hours intermittent.
There you go.
I'm doing the one button. I'm not getting, but see, I think that mine must have been I know mine, I got it like at convention, got it when it came out. So I definitely have a first gen and I have 2 of them. So I need a second gen. See, this is what happens. You need a second gen.
You got to get the second gen.
Yeah.
But I do love them because they're not, you can't, I mean, unless you're Diana, you can't destroy this thing. It's amazing. But let me tell you, if you get one of these and you can't figure out like, why is this so hard to open? Just go ahead and reach out to us. And we will
there are tips and
walk
tricks
you through it.
Yeah.
There are totally tips and tricks. And there's a way to make it easy. It's just that I actually keep the ring on mine because I like that it doesn't open up easily. I do have to kind of give it a little, but we wrestle through it. All right. Now this is like the Cinderella. Like she's so pretty, right?
So pretty.
La Luz. Now the La Luz.
Love La Luz.
There's a couple options. I will say this one is not currently available. Like it says add to bag. You cannot add this one to the bag. I think currently you can only get it this way, which comes with the full-size peppermint and a full-size wild orange, which by the way, go ahead. Or in a kit, right?
Aroma Essentials collection.
Aroma Essentials, yeah.
Yeah, which is even smarter.
With some a bunch of really lovely oils, right?
Oh, for sure. That's the way to go.
Yes.
What do you guys think? Like Diana, what are your thoughts on La Luz?
It works great in my living room. I have a big, like high, not super high ceiling, but I got a big, like kind of great room, and I use it every day there, and it smells good. Like you can really, it seems like it kind of goes all around the room. So it doesn't look like a large output of mist, but the aroma feels really strong because I can really smell my diffuser blend, and it lasts a long time, and it's pretty with the lights. I like the lights.
Yeah, well, it's not because it's glass, right?
That top is frosted glass, so you do have to be a little careful, obviously, with that.
But I like the way that this doesn't spill,
right?
Because that's so much, It doesn't spill because it has this, and then you take this little pointy thing off.
It funnels it straight up and out.
It holds it more, solid. So,
which is what I think the Hygge needs, by the way. But we'll talk about that.
You're right. It probably does need a little support.
A little support. Needs a little underwire.
Needs some foundation garment. Okay.
Needs a good foundation garment. The Hygge needs to be a little less cozy and relaxed.
Less comfy.
It's taking that comfy a little too far. But I think the La Luz is beautiful. Joan, yeah.
I'm with Diana. I mean, it is my main diffuser in my living area. And I love it. It does have, and it's hard to see, but there is a little button off if you're facing the controls on your La Luz, there's a little button off to the right that does change the output. You can change the output, and that will change how long it will go for. And I generally run mine. I do the first touch on the button. So I just do the first touch on the button, which means it's not a time set. It's just will go until whenever. And you can turn up or turn down the output on it. And I find it'll go hours and hours. And I mean, I generally think it runs around 6 hours for me in the living room.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And I'm with Diana. I find it to be, it does scent my room. It's
hard to see.
It's hard to see, with the light. It's really hard to see.
That's the central button. That's the light. And then it has the power button, and then these little wave looking things.
It's the one that has little waves on it that changes your output.
This is still going, even though I'm moving it around too.
Yeah. And then the power button once is just on, and then I think you press it again and you get the shorter time frame, and you press it again and you get the other time frame. But I just press it once and turn it on.
I like these though that
me too.
You press it once and the button lights up for 2 hours. You press it again it lights up for 4 hours. You press it again. Like for a lot of people, just having that instruction is really nice. And I also
it's a good feedback. Yeah,
you're like, oh, I did it right. And I love that when they just have on. Like just run till you run out of water, honey.
Yep, that's
like,
what I do.
Yes,
that's what I do. Just go till you're empty, and then she will shut off. Yes. If you are, my mother-in-law does not like anything plugged in that like the motor might go after it's done, if you will. She has like a fire thing. All of our diffusers, if they run out of water, will automatically shut off. So this is never going to keep going if there's no water. So just a side note for you guys. They're not going to do anything crazy in your house. So nice. I love it. It is smaller than I thought it was going to be from the picture. The picture to me feels like it was going to be more like the Volo, which we're going to get to in a minute. But the footprint is tiny. And I love that because you can set it on like a bedside or a small table and it doesn't take up the whole space. It sits nicely anywhere in your home, from bathroom, living room, bedroom, anywhere. I mean, is it my favorite? It's not, but it is gorgeous. Like it's so pretty. I don't know why it's not my favorite. I think it's the output. I want to see more output coming out of there. But so pretty. So kids' rooms, maybe not. Seniors, again, that glass. If you've got a mobility thing. This, by the way, is what we're talking about the foundational gear. So what's nice about this, though, is it's not going to spill, and you're not waiting for this whole dome to fill before it starts to come out, because it really does work there. But I don't have any complaints on this one. You know, it's very popular, really nice.
And you get 15 mil of wild orange and peppermint.
Yeah.
Dude, deal
big
of
bottles.
The year. I mean, you can't get peppermint and wild orange. I think that alone is going to be $50 if you bought them, right? Or close to.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, come on. And who's not using peppermint and wild orange every minute of the day?
All the time.
Exactly. All right. So we do have a wonderful, I did put these in here. No, you cannot get a koala right now. But let me just tell you, during the holidays, doTERRA just about every year comes out with a special sort of kids, if you will, style diffuser. These things crank. Okay. I don't know what the heck. First off, they have lights that come out somewhere usually and do a little light show on the ceiling or somewhere on them. They have music that plays like white noise or ocean animals, or they're really cool, but even more so, they're nearly indestructible. Maybe Diana could break it, but for the most part, they're indestructible. Because I mean, I have literally cleaned my kids' room and just found like part of it and been like, where's the rest of this? Come on, guys. And then like found another part like on the bottom of the closet and another part over here. Click, click, click together, plug it in, and it's like, and there it goes, right? They're amazing. So when these come out, don't poo-poo them as like a kiddie version. And in fact,
I missed out.
As more industrial, like they're strong. And by the way, they're freaking adorable. The elephant, oh my God. Like the elephant comes out of its little trunk. I mean, you gotta love it.
Where does it come out on the koala?
On his head. On his head. And he's
oh my gosh.
See, I was like, I have no place that I'm gonna put a koala like that in my house.
Oh, let me tell you.
My house is small and I'm like, I don't have a place for a koala.
So I don't know. Here, let me see if I can show you guys this. I mean, I know that this is not something that we're getting right now, but I'm telling you, people always skip out on them because they don't realize. Do you see all of these options?
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. And the music, like you just keep pressing the music. There's like 5 or 6 different types of music or white noise. Okay. There's a whole bunch of different lights possibilities, volume for up and down. And then of course your diffuser. They're amazing. I get them. Look, this one's mine. I was like, I don't care. My kids are too big. I'm like,
I missed out.
Annabelle has the elephant. Oscar has the whale, and I have the koala. So
see, I totally would have gotten a whale or an elephant for sure if I'd been around when those came out.
So cute, so cute. So just had to throw out there for the sake of if you're watching this later,
And I love that the Facebook user is saying koala is like the pedal for output. That's really awesome.
Oh, dude, these things, because they're like, yeah, we want to knock your kid out too.
Thank you.
Or we want them getting over that cold with some breathe. Or we want, like, they put out, like, it's, you can, look at the hole. I mean, it's like a blowhole. They're very serious. I love these things. I love these things.
All right.
This? Kids don't touch my koala. Exactly. It's like, no, you stay away. The koala. Well, I don't blame you because they stole your pedal. Tell them to stay the heck away from your koala. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's see here. All right. So there's two. Let's guys.
So I need to know all about the Volo because I'm thinking about getting a Volo. I don't have one.
Girl.
I want to see how big is it? Who's got one?
Look at the La Luz and look at the Volo right here.
Okay.
So it's wider and it's taller.
Okay.
It's bigger. It's like this big. It's bigger around than it's about the same size around as the pedal, but all the way up.
Yes.
Okay? But it is the pedal in function because it is just output. I have the black one now. Oh, I finally got the black one. Finally. And it's like a matte black with that faceted. It catches the light just right. It is gorgeous. But I put like 8 o'clock this morning, if that, started it in my kitchen. It was still going when I came in here at 6.
It's because of that adjustable knob there.
And I have it all the way up, Diana.
Ew, and it's so because
it lasts a long time. Yeah, it does.
That's the thing about it. It adjusts output.
Yeah, and it says you can do continuously up to 14 hours.
It's
nuts.
I gotta get one.
Oh, you better get it quick.
I gotta get one.
Run on that because the thing I love is that you can, like Diana said, the knob on it, unlike pressing 2, 4, 6, 8, you turn the knob for how much output or how little output you want. So you can look at it and see, oh, that's too much or that's too, I mean, is there ever too much? But, you know, for some rooms, maybe. But the more output you have, usually the less time it lasts. But like I said, mine's been going out there all day. I like a diffuser that I only have to fill once a day in the main parts of my house because you become a slave to these things walking around filling them up all the time. Right. And so I love it. And you smell, it's constant. You're just like, and they're gorgeous and they're heavy. I mean, Diana got hers at the day of convention. She got both of them.
I did.
I remember
I got the black and the white.
They're just $59 every day. Like here's the thing. I finally got the black one. I just went in today and redid my LRP to get another black one. And I moved my date to the 2nd of February because I'm like, I want it sooner. And I mean, they're just, no, I have no complaints about this diffuser. Diana, you've had yours the longest. You've had them, what, 2 years, 3 years?
I've had them since the Dream Convention. 2018.
18. And how has it been working for you?
Great. It works all the time. Yeah. They're saying it's temporarily unavailable, though.
The silver or the marble
one. The white one. Yeah. The marble one. Mm-hmm. And
but temporary, thank God.
Yeah.
Not sold out.
Yeah, it works great. I have it in a central spot in my living space, like our eating and kind of halfway between our eating and our kitchen area. And it just works. It always seems to work. And it's, it's just so pretty. It does. It has had a couple of, I've had to spray it with the compressed air, but like I said, it's pretty old and it hasn't moved, once. It's right there in that same spot since I got it. And, we use it every day. So, yeah.
That's a lot, especially
and a lot of people like the fact, like you probably do, Kari, that you don't have to turn on the light. And the only light is this little bar of light right here. And it has a low and high. So people who don't really want the diffuser to light up, this one is very subtle and pretty.
And can you have that light completely off? That's what I was
alluding to. Yeah, okay. You can have the light completely off and it's still running.
Because I would be getting it from my bedside.
Yeah, you can have it totally off. It's really just, I mean, look, it's more expensive than the pedal. So if you're looking just for value, the output, I would say, is equal, although longer than the pedal. The price is more by about what, not even $20, $15 or so.
I mean, the pedal is $47 with those 2 oils, and Volo's $59. So it's you know, so I love $12 more. You don't get oils with it, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I'm just
very decorative.
A spoiler alert. But here's the thing, though. It's very decorative, but it's for me, this is the difference between the La Luz, which is beautiful, and the pedal, which is great output, workhorse, go, go, go. But I don't know that I want, it everywhere in my house. This I want everywhere in my house. And it has the output and the power and the reliability of the pedal. So for me, this is my hands down absolute favorite diffuser that we have. Love it.
Nice.
Can't get enough. They better come back. They better restock these puppies.
Yeah, they're great.
Okay, the Dawn. And then I think I do. Maybe I don't. I need to go double check that. I think one of my slides is missing. Let's talk about Dawn for a second. This is a totally different animal, don't you think?
Yes. This is the one that I'm working on my relationship with.
Okay.
I think I'm there. I think I'm just about there. It was a struggle for me at first. I was like, I actually put it aside and didn't touch it for a long time.
And, me too.
And recently sort of cleaned it up and brought it back out, and with some tips and tricks that we've talked about lately, and we should talk about again here, because this one there's a lot of sort of tricks and things to know about it.
Okay.
In order to really, I think, take advantage of it. So my biggest issue when I first tried it is that it has like a 2-part container. It's kind of hard, and it's big, and mine's actually going over there, so I'm not going to drag it over here. It's big, right? Girl. It's big because it is a humidifier, right? It is a humidifier that also puts some oils out there. So there is a bottom reservoir, and then there's the main reservoir. And I just when I first tried it, I put oils in the main reservoir. Right. But it draws from the bottom. So if you have oil in your main reservoir, and I would turn it on and I was like, okay, it's a humidifier. I'm getting no oil whatsoever. So you put some water in the bottom, put your oils in there, and then fill the top reservoir and set it on top. And then you get the aroma with it. Like I have mine going now with Breathe and On Guard, and it's, working throughout my living area. And so I've like gotten to that point, and now I need to learn the tricks around having it like overnight, because that special moon button, someone should speak to the moon button.
Well, Diana, were you talking about that? You know about the moon?
Yeah, Susan explained that to us, and because it has 3 like levels there. If you look at the little line, there's the power button, and when you press that power button, there's like low, medium, high output, and so you press the whatever output level you want. And then you press the moon, and the moon turns on for a second, and then it turns off. And the light that it puts out is blue. the lights of the panels. But what it does is it begins to do the output when you put the moon on for the optimal level of humidity of the room. So I believe it's like a 60% humidity is like the optimal level of humidity. So when you do the little button, it regulates itself to kind of, not over humidify the room and not under humidify the room. So, and then you can just leave it like mine could go like 2 days straight when it's full to the top, because I use the bottom level of it and it'll just sit there and go, so it's very, very, it goes for quite a long time and it has plenty of output, because it's a humidifier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it's amazing that it can be that smart with the ability to know what level of humidity that you're looking for. That's really important, right? To be able to have that. But I never knew it did that until recently, until Susan, I think it was. Yeah, Diana was telling us that. I was like, what? It can do that?
Because that was one of the selling points for it for me when I first got it. I had read about that. And I was like, that is the coolest thing. And then I got it and it was, it was one of those where I was just like, yeah, okay. And there's a comment coming in, right? Interested, but I don't like the look of it. It is a very utilitarian look. But here's the thing, right?
It goes on the floor.
Like you can put it on the floor behind a piece of furniture or something.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to be out so much. I agree. The look is not, but then when you look at, what it does, I've never seen a good looking humidifier.
Right.
That,
right.
Like you want to have in your house.
I agree.
Right? It's So it's and they call it the sleep mode, and it automatically adjusts to maintain a stable level of humidity. So I'm actually going to try that out tonight. And
it's much smaller and easier to use, in my opinion, because I'm a humidifier person. Yeah, because a regular humidifier, it's a lot more water. It's a lot harder to get the water in there. You're like tilting it all around. There's more chance of spilling and just problems. And this you can like get a little pitcher and fill it so that you don't have to carry the little, like separate the base of it. And it's very lightweight, but it will fit like on a counter or on, like a dresser or something, and it's just fine. It doesn't take up so much room. Like, humidifiers are usually pretty big and they take up a lot of floor space and stuff. And then of course, because they just have like one, setting, hot or cold, and then just blasting it out. You have to be careful where you put them. You can damage your curtains, you can damage your furniture. You have to be very careful with using them. So I really love this one. I think it works terrifically because I was experiencing a lot of dryness in the winter. It is a
good size that you can kind of tuck it somewhere.
Totally.
Right. To a certain degree, you can tuck it around. But I mean, I get it. I mean, it's not a designer look.
I mean,
it's a humidifier, and because it comes with the On Guard and Breathe, it works great for when you're, when you really need it for those kind of uses. You could put them in there and be really like, okay, I'm going to hunker down.
It's perfect for the bedroom. It's perfect, I would say the diameter is like remember the old 45 records, like a 45, like it's about that size.
Yeah. Like a salad plate kind of.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. So for that reason, and the fact that it's not so bulky and weird, it is great for people. I know I keep coming back, but these are the areas where people need to know, like, it's good for a senior. It's not too heavy and clumsy. It's good. It's easy. The lid is easy to remove and use. I think that it's a perfect tool. It works great in kids' rooms. Gosh, you could avoid so much if you keep that humidity up. I mean, everyone's house is dry in the winter, but we're dry out here year round. So we just have constant use for it. But yeah, I think
it's efficient.
Yeah, it really is. So, I don't have any complaints on it because I haven't been using mine long enough. I just learned the whole water or the oil in the bottom reservoir situation, and I was intimidated by it, right? It was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this guy. But I can tell you that we have been through so many different humidifiers, especially in our kids' rooms, and they all end up just like crappy and break and clog and have so many problems. So I'll be curious, Diane, how long have you had yours going in your home, like on regular use?
This is my second year of using, I got it last fall, my first one. And then I just got another one this January because I wanted to have it out in the living room, and I've had no problems whatsoever.
No hard water problems, nothing.
No, you just put a little bit of vinegar in there and you clean it right up, and it doesn't have any of like those annoying like crevices and stuff that a lot of humidifiers do that you can't clean. They just get all calcified, and then because they boil the water that way, this one doesn't work that same way. It doesn't have like super hot water. It's like a warm-ish mist, but it's not like hot. So that's another thing, because I mean, those hot mist humidifiers can burn you because they get very hot.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, so I don't have any. I haven't been using my. I'm learning on this one. Joan is making friends with hers, and Diana is having a love affair. So there you go. The whole gamut, right? We're spreading the. I will say this. The only complaint I've ever heard is people saying that they didn't smell the oil, and then as soon as we taught them how to use the oil in the bottom reservoir, they loved it. And so
that's the game changer.
That's the game changer. That's the only negative thing I've ever heard about it, was that they wanted to smell more of the oil. But now you know how, and so that should solve that problem for you, and you too could love your Dawn. So let me go. I want to remove this from sharing and share something else, because I don't know why, but my hygge, it was probably subliminal in my head, right?
You're too angry at it.
I have some frustration with this particular diffuser.
I want to hear all about this too, because I've been debating getting one of these.
I gotta tell you, it because you want to get the oil,
right?
But
it's the only way you can get another bottle of hygge.
Yeah, and that's true. And I mean, is it it's pretty. Diana, show her and show and tell, and I'll.
It's pretty.
Yeah. So this is the hygge, and it comes with the hygge blend. So that's an exclusive blend that goes with this. And this is a frosted glass top. So this is glass. So if you have, like a place where you're going to end up like dropping this, or if you have people in your house that might knock it over or something, then you might want to be more concerned about that. It's very decorative. Right now it's let me see if you could see it any better with this light off. It's on the flicker effect. And so you can have it like the light. Nice. There's a little light changing bar. And if you notice, when I had it sitting over here, it was not happy. It needed more airflow, because this is like a tablecloth here, and it didn't like that. It needs like airflow underneath it. But the minute that I took it off of that cloth surface, it just started cranking out like a pedal. So you could see how it's really cranking out the mist.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't getting like the airflow through it. So you can control with this little bar, you can control the time and the light.
And so that controller is actually on the cord, Diana?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on the cord. And
that's cool.
Yeah. It has the light on one end and the diffuser on the other. And it also lights up as you change the setting. Yeah. So the light changes to like steady or flickery, and brighter or softer. And then the output, of course, is like the same, but it's like 2 hour, 5 hour, or intermittent.
Yeah.
So however long that will last you. And it's very easy to clean, because it has fixed, what's it called? A little fixed like bar like this that's metal inside of it, that where the mist goes, you know, because it needs to have like a little surface where the mist goes, and then it'll go out of the diffuser. I don't know how that works, but that's how they work. And so it's just really pretty. I think it's really pretty. And the bottom of it is is like the Rome, except that it looks like cement. It's kind of a gray, dark gray, like brown, and it is heavy. So it has a good heavy base. It's just really nice, and the cord is really long, and I like it. I have it in my like front room. That's kind of my office room, on a table that's there and in the window. And I just like, I find that it really diffuses really well in there. But yeah, you need to have like airflow. That's like a hard surface, that table, and it did not like the cloth. It was kind of blocking the airflow. So
that's good.
It's pretty. And it's easy to clean.
Yeah.
You know, of course, you know, we have hard water here where we live. So, you know, if you want to preserve it and keep it at its best, I would suggest to use the distilled water, which isn't that expensive. But yeah, I would suggest to use that, because it would probably help to keep it from getting kind of, you know, calcification on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love that the cord, like the Volo, so like the black onyx Volo, the cord is a cloth cord, and it's black. It totally matches the diffuser. And on the marble one, it's a white cloth cord. This one also has that nice cloth cord, and it's not so ugly if you do have to have it stretch across something, or stiff and cumbersome, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
How like so I love that. I think one thing about it though is it almost, when you first get it going, it has to kind of like the top part. Remember how we were talking about this guy and how it has this? It doesn't have something like this. So it's almost like the top of it has to fill first and then it gets going, you know? And yours is rocking right now. So I need to go play with mine. I'm having issues with mine, but I'm sure it's me.
So what are some of your other, because it is one I've been thinking about too. So what are other concerns? Have we heard things from other people? Is it just that maybe the output has not been great?
Yeah, I think it's very sensitive to the fill line. So maybe go a little below the fill line. If you're someone who kind of rides that meniscus, you know, right at the fill line, maybe come down a little tiny hair. Then also, like Diana's saying, it needs good airflow. Mine is on concrete, so it's got airflow, but
it should.
I don't know what I've done weird with it, but I've obviously done something. But
it totally stopped.
Yeah, see,
it's like
it does have the dome on the top. I don't know, Diana. Mine's in the kit, or I don't know where mine is. The dome on the top is not the smooth that the pedal is. It's kind of got like a swirl thing going on with the glass.
Yeah, it has a different coloration. Plus it also has this like little, it's kind of flat and concave. And then it has like a little bulgy thing.
Yeah.
It's a more organic shape. Yeah.
Yeah. It has, you know, it's interesting. So like
I like the flicker.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty. It's like a candle. That was the whole point, was to be like, you know, replace the candle or the firelight with the diffuser.
Yeah, and it's cranking. Hey Diane,
it's cranking.
Can you, I know it's hard. Is it possible to hold your pedal next to it? Like the pedal, like I want to compare the, like, you know what I mean? Or is the cord too short?
The pedal is right now, they're both about the same.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
But the pedal works on every surface. It's not touchy. I mean, we just have to agree that the pedal is the best, right? So you don't have to mess with it at all.
That one's so heavy. The weight of it is probably pushing it down into the fabric more than the petal is being pushed down, because the petal's
You're
really
right.
light.
Yeah.
So, but there, it's a great diffuser. And if you want more of the huda, then go for it. I just think I need to work on how I'm using mine. I'm sure I just need to reduce and not fill directly to the fill line. Go a little bit below.
I could see this in a spa. I could see this in a really nice, like, kind of office setting, and it'd just be really lovely.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it for my studio room.
Yeah, that would be beautiful. And I wish all of them had the flicker light. Like, can we just vote for all of them to now have?
Came at the La Luz with the flicker. Yeah.
That'd be pretty. Yeah.
That would be gorgeous. So, let me just ask you guys before we finish up here, not just for dependability, but for whatever reason you want, what is your favorite doTERRA diffuser? Diana, I got you up on screen. What is your favorite?
Right now, it is, I would say, neck and neck with the Pilot and the Huga, because I'm just like, I'm using those every day, and those are like in close proximity to me. So my family loves the Pilot because they, like, if there's anything off in any room, they immediately come looking for the Pilot and take it in there to, like, clear the air in whatever place. Like, sometimes you run the dishwasher and there's kind of a stinky funk going on there in the sink when it has, it has like that little exhaust tube, and it doesn't smell good sometimes. So they put it there with some, Purify or some Abode, and they put it, in the bathrooms or, just other places. And my husband has loved it for going in the car and in the RV on trips. And it's just, it works great. And it has that, it's like Joan said, you can have it running and have no light on. So it's really good for day or night. Yeah. And it doesn't take much. It's just a tiny little bit of water, and it goes for so long. And I like it because I learned from Joan to, like, kind of like give myself a little aromatherapy treatment with the Pilot. Like, I'm having a day and I'm just like, stay away from me, everybody. Like, give me a second with my diffuser and I'm going to get straight again. I won't scream at you if you come near me.
I love it.
After 15 minutes with my diffuser, I'll be good.
Yeah, they see you with it and they know, just step away. Like, mom's taking a moment, right? Oh my gosh. Joan, what's your favorite? I mean, do I even need to ask you? Pilot.
Yeah, Pilot. I mean, probably second would probably be the pedal, just because of the workhorse element of it. But it's the Pilot for me. And like Diana said, I mean, anytime you like need a little emergency treatment for yourself or for anywhere, right? I recently had a bunch of plumbing issues, right? And have discovered, right, that there's probably a very long term prior to me having the house had been leakage under my kitchen sink, right? And so with the most recent, I mean, it's musty and gross, right? So you fire this up with some Purify, stick it underneath there, close the door, and let it run underneath there with Purify for several hours, right? It just makes a world of difference. So the fact that I can do those sorts of things with my Pilot and take it in the car and take it camping and whatever I need to do and walk around the house with it. Yeah. It's great. Yeah. You've got something happening, a little funky odor somewhere, right? Stick it in your kid's closet with some Purify, with stinky sneakers and stuff. I mean, it's just so handy. And it is. It's my favorite. I love it.
Yeah. I'm back with I will throw out, if you are old school doTERRA and you still have a Lumo sitting around. Yeah, I'm team Lumo. That diffuser, I've had those things forever. You know what I'm talking about, like the oval little guys. But otherwise, for sure, Volo. I just love my Volos. I think that they give me the output. You know, I just, yeah, I want to replace all of my diffusers with Volos.
Not the koala.
No. I mean, and not really, because they do have different uses, right? And we did take the marble because we have the marble Volo before I was able to get the black one. And we did take that with us, and that was in our bedroom in the RV, and took plenty of tumbles because it is it's not stone, but it's like a silestone type. I don't know what you want to call it.
Yes,
the lid,
it is.
You know? I can't think of another way. Molded something or other. But it took many a tumble and has done. Clearly, we need to do better at packing up our diffusers. But when you move enough, it's bound to happen from time to time. And yeah, it was just great. Yeah, it's my favorite. So, but they are all different and they all have different benefits. You know, if I'm going outside, I want my Roam because I like the output and the fact that it's heavy. In my car, I want my, Pilot because it goes and goes and goes. It depends on what you're looking for. And hopefully this conversation helped you guys to figure out and hone in on which one you need first, or more importantly, next to add to your collection. Again, just a note, I get it. I have bought diffusers on Amazon and places of that nature because it was like, oh, I need another one for here. This was years ago. Honestly, first off, they just break so quickly. I've had so many problems with it. But also, you just can't use our oils in non-medical grade plastic. Our oils are too pure, too potent, and you will be inhaling that plastic breakdown, and I don't want that for you. So please, please, please know that when you're using your doTERRA oils, it is important to use a medical grade diffuser. If you want another name of a diffuser, you can get a maker that you can look up. Is called Green Air. And they do make some diffusers that are medical grade, but hold on to your panties because they're very expensive. So that's all I have. Do you guys have anything to add besides go watch all of our Facebook groups for amazing diffuser recipes every day?
There's always such great recipes, right?
I know. It's always like, oh, I want
to just reach out because we're there to crowdsource it too. Like if you have a question. And that's not good.
Already trashed. Yeah, it's true. They just do not last.
Well, and it tricks you because you're like, it's so pretty. It matches my living room.
And this
would be cute. And then you're
price point is usually good. And but
there's a reason.
And they often come with some very toxic little bottles too that you're like, should not do anything with those except get rid of them.
Yes, please. Watch your health, guys. Watch your health. Anyway, well, this was great fun. I had a good time. I'm like inspired to go around and figure out why I'm so stupid with the diffusers that I haven't figured out how to use correctly. Read the directions.
Read the directions. Sometimes they go like the Dawn comes with a book, right? I mean, it comes with a booklet. So.
It does.
Well, maybe that's a good thing for those of us who need that kind of support, right? Anyway, guys, thank you, Diana and Joan, for coming out to play. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and let's do this more often for no other reason than it's just fun.
Hang out and talk about stuff. But this is great information, right?
Yeah,
great information.
Yeah, long, but there's a lot of diffusers.
We've been getting we've all been interacting about it, and then we've been getting questions as well. So we always want to help, to answer those questions, because if we have them, we know you have them too.
Absolutely.
For sure. And absolutely, you're very welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us and chatting. It made it much more fun when you guys are participating and such. If you are watching this after the fact, leave comments and questions, and we will get back to you. If you have questions for us specifically, you can reach out to us. All of our email addresses are listed beneath our pictures, and we will catch you guys on the next round. So happy diffusing.
Bye.